The amazing love of the Lord. One believer in the past wrote the following lines to a hymn. The love of God is greater far than tongue or pen can ever tell. It goes beyond the highest star and reaches to the lowest hell. The guilty pair, bowed down with care, God gave his Son to win. His erring child he reconciled and pardoned from his sin. God's love is so great that he died in our place. We have many things for which we can be thankful in this world, but there is nothing for which we can be more thankful than the fact that the Lord died in our place. If you have not received this gift of knowing the love of God, what use will any amazing gifts of the world be to you, no matter how many you may receive? All these things of the world will pass away someday. Even if you were to receive all the cards and gifts exchanged on Christmas Day, none of it will be any use to you if you have not received the love of God. I cannot tell the half of love, unfeigned, supreme, divine, that caused my darkest inmost self with beams of hope to shine. There's a deep, settled peace in my soul. The love of the Lord opened my heart, and his peace entered in. Sweep over my spirit forever, I pray, in fathomless billows of love. The writer of this hymn talks of love sweeping over his spirit. Without that love, mankind would be terribly lonely. Even if you have your parents and many relatives and friends in this world, only God's love can fill the emptiness in your life. A person who has experienced the love of God sweeping over his spirit, however, will be happy even if he finds himself in a lonely situation. We all need to become crazy through God's love once in our lives. For those who have come to know God's love, being called a little crazy by those who haven't is of no consequence. Let's take a look at another hymn written by a believer from days gone by. When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Saviour God, to thee, how great thou art, how great thou art. If you have come to true assurance of faith, the words of this hymn will flow from your heart. It is said that the British Queen Victoria listened to a sermon about Jesus' second coming and said she wished Jesus would come during her lifetime. When someone asked her why, she is said to have answered that she wished to lay her crown before his feet and bow down and worship him. Bring forth the royal diadem and crown him, crown him. This hymn expresses the desire to worship Jesus Christ as Lord of all. Even if we were to possess everything under the heavens, what would become of us if we were to lose our lives? What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? In the course of our lives in this world, we go to work, we make money, we study, and we pass exams. But all of these activities are just a way of life. We cannot say this is all there is to life. In other words, this is not life itself. We remain in this world in order to discover the absolute and holy truth, but it would be truly terrible if we were to leave this world without finding this truth. Also, the people who have already discovered this truth should be living their lives for the sake of the happiness of other people who have not discovered it. How great it would be if we possessed hoards of treasure. With our treasure, we could make money, we could be famous, and we could be happy, couldn't we? Yet all these things would be limited to our lifetime. A person with great riches will probably be more sorrowful than a person of ordinary means when facing his death. Won't he feel it is a pity that he has not been able to use all his riches? Similarly, a person may make a great effort to earn a doctorate, and he may become famous and gain the respect of many other people, but even so, when he grows old and stands before his death, what use will all those things be to him? Such a person might even wish he could go back to his childhood and live his life all over again, even if it would mean that he did not find fame or gain a high position the second time around. Young people may study hard in an attempt to improve their lives in the future, but later when they look back, they realize that was actually the best time of their lives. They just were not aware of it at the time. Yet, a true treasure has been given to those who have come to absolute assurance of faith. God has given each of us a true treasure. This treasure I have in a temple of clay, while here on his footstool I roam. But he's coming to take me some glorious day over there to my heavenly home, constantly abiding Jesus is mine, constantly abiding rapture divine. He never leaves me lonely, whispers oh so kind, I will never leave thee. Jesus is mine. We cannot see this treasure, but it is there. This is how it is for those who have truly come to believe. In that case, what does this outstanding treasure I have do for me?